This is my current layout here in Everdale, but the question is it efficient? Hey guys, Alex here, otherwise known as Clash Royale, and today we are jumping back into another Everdale video. Now this one is a little bit off script, this one is a little bit of a video I just wanted to make because I kept getting loads of questions about that efficiency video. Now that efficiency video is one of my best performing videos on the channel, so of course I kind of wanted to do a little bit of an update for you guys to showcase my brand new village, and well, I'm sure you guys have actually kind of seen this before. I haven't made too many changes. In my last few videos, you guys have probably seen this village here and there in screenshots or in little parts of video footage, but today I'm going to be going in and doing a full tour of this village in all of its glory. So sadly, I realized because of also you can't actually get like a vertically symmetrical village, so if you run a line right down the middle, you can't get a half and a half the exact same. You kind of have to do it on a diagonal line so that the village is going to be symmetrical. So that's kind of what I did. I'm kind of running a diagonal line from where Auto is over to the Evergrove on that other side, kind of splitting my village down the middle with, of course, the kitchen in the center. Now this is what I've been going for. Of course, I am trying to keep some sort of symmetry because I grew up with Clash of Clans where a symmetrical base just was the kind of thing that you just ran with. Nowadays you might see a lot of different style of bases in Clash of Clans, but I am still one who likes to stick to the theme of symmetry. So that's what we're going to be jumping in to look at today. Now, before you guys jump into the comments and start spamming, but is this village efficient? Well, yes, in a roundabout way, this is an efficient village. It's not the most efficient village you could possibly get, but there is some efficiency certainly in this village. I've not just randomly placed down the buildings. I have tried to maintain some of that efficiency that I talked about in that previous video. So if you guys do want to copy this village layout, it is certainly not the worst layout you could copy. But while you guys are here, I'm just going to quickly remind you to please hit that subscribe button. We've been slowing down a little bit on the channel. Of course, I did just have a baby who is now 2 weeks old, but I'm trying to maintain some sort of regular uploads and I don't want the growth of my channel to slow down. So if you could hit that subscribe button, that would be absolutely awesome. Now you'll see the opening here to my village, of course, is right next to Auto. Now I did have to make these bushes go quite wide just to fit around that part of the village where you cannot actually place any decorations. So this is what we're currently rolling with, a really wide entranceway into my village. We then of course have the sign, we have a couple of lanterns heading on into that village, and then we are first met with one of the most important buildings here in our village, and that is of course the study. Now the placement of the study here is actually pretty optimal. I can push it up slightly and it's going to be a little bit more efficient. I have got a video talking all about the best ways to maximize your study efficiency, so you guys can check that out if you would like to. That's the first thing we're going to be greeted with. Then we're going to be greeted with kind of all the other things around the village kitchen. This includes the smelter, the pumpkin patches, we have the warehouse in there as well. Always quite handy, I think, to have the warehouse relatively centralized because the warehouse really has a lot of things depending on it, a lot of things going into it, so you usually want to have that relatively centralized, which is what I have here. We also of course have the windmill in there as well. This was just to maintain a little bit of symmetry because there's not too many tall buildings like the windmill, and we've got a few other buildings around there. Now you'll see we have most of the other structures around this top section of the village. This of course is going to include all of the kind of animal handling buildings, which is the honey, the eggs and the milk. We then of course have a few of the other buildings as well dotted in and around that you guys can see. Now what I've tried to do here is clump up buildings together that make sense. So over here towards this left hand side of the village, you'll see we have the two silk structures together. We also of course have that stone statue building, which is going to be getting stone from the southernmost stone mine. And over here towards the top right hand side of my village, I've got all those clay structures and of course my clay storages because I use this easternmost clay pit to gather my clay, so I always find it's going to be most beneficial to have it all in there so we can kind of speed up that efficiency and have everything relatively clumped up together. Now continuing to push outwards to some of these structures on the outside of my village, we of course have those villager houses. So I'm not a massive fan of the generic house skins. I don't think they look that spectacular, so I myself have spent a few deco gems and I've decided that I'm going to spice up all of the looks of my villagers houses, and I've gone for a few different skins here on the houses. houses. So let me just talk you guys through them. So of course it is symmetrical on the left hand side and on the right hand side, but we have the Garden Master's skin on the two houses, kind of at the top and at the bottom, and then we also have two rainbow skins in there, and we have that most recent skin from the Mariner event, and that is of course the Mariner house skin. And honestly, I think it looks really, really cool the way I've kind of got it set up. I love the rainbow skins in there, just adding a little bit of flair, a little bit more color here into my village. We've then kind of got those more naturalistic vibes with the Garden Master's house, and we've got that really interesting boat looking house skin kind of chilling in the middle. But as we get more house skins into the game, I'm definitely going to continue to experiment. I'm going to try and get as many as I possibly can. Honestly, these are my favorite skins in the game right now, which is why I've got them on my houses. When we start getting some more, hopefully for more events in the future, I'll definitely keep you guys updated on my village progress. So now heading up to the faraway section of my village, this is where my pets are living. Now of course I had to set up a lovely little bit in my village for these pets because they are awesome, and I have 8 of them. So we have all 4 of the rainbow pets and all 4 of the regular pets. Now if you guys weren't able to get the rainbow pets, that's a bit of a shame. I think they look really cool, and you guys can see some of them here in my village. But we have 2 different sections here for my pets. We've got some over here on the left hand side of the Evergrove and some over here on the right hand side of the Evergrove. All of them have a little pond in the middle. I thought that was maybe so they could get a little drink of water, also so they could kind of chill in and around it. We've then got some bamboo and some flowers in there to spice things up as well. Just keep things visually appealing. So looking at some more of the decorations here in my village, you'll see I really am trying to maintain that naturalistic feeling that I did have in some of my previous builds, where we've got loads and loads of grass in and around our village. I also decided to go ahead and use those tan road tiles. Personally, I think they are one of the best looking road tiles, so that's what I went with for my entire village layout, using those paths to kind of guide a way through all of our structures. And here in the middle, right around that kitchen, we have these stone torches, just giving off a little bit of light, a little bit of vibrancy there in the middle. I also really, really love the animations on them. Moving slightly further out, we have lots of these bird baths. They also have some really nice animations with the birds actually flying around, and of course that water spraying out. So I just like to have that here in my village, just to add that little bit extra. I then also decided on the kind of edges of this middle square to just have this nice selection of flowers. We've got 4 different varieties of flowers in and around here, and of course maintaining that symmetrical feeling. But let me know if you guys think I should mix up these flowers, or if you like the way I've currently got them laid out. Now heading back to the start, in and around that entrance, we actually have 2 different kind of fun features of my village. I'm still kind of deciding where to actually place these, but I thought for right now I think it kind of works in right next to the entranceway, because as people walk through your village, or certainly this is how I'm imagining it, they kind of look left, see all the rainbow stuff, look right and they can see all the Mariner stuff, and I think I've got it laid out pretty cool. They are both of course symmetrical, but there are some really interesting decorations in there, and I wanted to make sure I featured them because I've actually bought so many decorations that I haven't even placed down in my village. So that brings me on just to the end of this video, where I wanted to talk a little bit about some of the features I think Everdale desperately needs when it comes to village building. First things first, this is something I'm finding myself saying in nearly every video. We desperately need a fully functioning village edit mode. This village took me so long to actually put together, and with a village edit mode, it would feel like it's far easier to put down those decorations that I've spent so many deco gems on. Secondly, moving on to photo mode, I really wish they would give us the ability to zoom further out in our village and also cover more angles, because right now we are quite limited with what we've been able to get with photo mode. You guys have seen a lot of footage in this video that was using photo mode, but sadly it just doesn't quite cut it for what I'm looking for, especially for my videos. I like to get zoomed right into stuff, get all the different angles, and yeah, I think that's something they can definitely improve on as well. So the third thing I want to talk about is the ability to sell decorations back to the shop. Now, it doesn't need to be at full value. You could even sell them back to the shop for half price or something like that. But even if we were able to just get back some of the decoration gems we spend, so we can buy other decorations, because right now I have stockpiled a huge amount of decorations that I'm probably never actually even going to use, and in the future of course I'm gonna have to spend even more money to buy decoration gems, to buy these other decorations. to then probably just sit them and never use them. So this is a feature I think the game really needs, is just the ability to sell off those old decorations so you can potentially buy some new ones. But hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. It really was a pleasure as always to bring you guys a little bit of a different style of video. I would absolutely love it if you guys could share your village layouts with me. If you join my Discord server, you can simply select the Everdale role in there and you will see the village layout channel. You guys can go ahead, pop your village layouts in there. I would love to see them. And of course, I can always give you guys some feedback if you would like that from me. But until the next video, I'll catch you guys later. Peace.